This is why you don't sound native when you speak English. You learned these words in a textbook, but native speakers don't really use them. Let's talk about a couple of examples. Number one is the word sofa. I always hear my students say sofa, 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 sofa. And we've talked about this word before, but native speakers usually choose to use the word couch instead. Couch. Another word I often hear is suitable. Suitable. So you try on some clothes and say, I don't think these clothes are suitable for me. Or do you think the time for our meeting is suitable? This is just a word that Americans don't choose to use. What do we say instead? If you're trying on clothes, then we might say something like, oh, it fits you, or it looks good on you, or it's so you, instead of saying suitable. If we're talking about plans or time for a meeting, we might say, yeah, that time works. That time is convenient. That sounds good. We will use other phrases instead of suitable. A third word my students use all the time is the word harmonious. Harmonious. I genuinely don't think I've ever heard an American say this word before. I've seen it written, but I've never heard someone say it. Instead of saying harmonious, we like to choose another phrase like they get along well, or they get along together, or they get along with each other really well. And the last word I want to talk about is humorous. This is a word I always see in textbooks, but we don't really say. What do we say instead? Funny. Do you remember our grammar from yesterday? We usually say funny instead of humorous. Now, are these words wrong? Are they incorrect? If you say these words, can we still understand you? Of course, these words aren't wrong. They're proper English words. But native speakers just don't choose this vocabulary word. Instead, they choose another one. So if I want to redecorate my living room, I won't say I need to buy a new sofa. I'll say I need to buy a new couch. I would say, ooh, this couch really goes well with the rest of the room, or this couch really fits your style. Instead of saying suitable, I might say something like get along with, and instead of saying humorous, I'll just say funny. And usually at the end of the videos, I ask you a question, but let's flip it around. In the comments, go ahead and ask me a question. Maybe there's a word that you have been thinking about. Maybe you've seen it in a textbook and you think, do Americans really say this word? Do native speakers really say this word? Go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll answer you.